150 cc's of high octane action. Ooh, gonna go with Lemmy, the pipe frame, the typical setup here. There's two new cups. I'm sorry. Yeah, two. London Loop and Rock Cup, Moon Cup. Rocks and moons are on the menu today, everybody. So I haven't done these two cups in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe yet as showcases. I'm actually very bad at these. And one of them is Christmas themed. So I thought, hey, what if I went and did this right about now? My name is Brian Saviano Bricks O'Brien. The Christmas tree is up. It's just a few days till Christmas at the time of this recording. Oh boy. Oh me, oh my. Santa's not visiting me, but maybe Santa's visiting you. Or if you don't celebrate Christmas, maybe you're just gonna have a morbidly obese man in a red suit pop down your chimney. That's kind of spicy. You never know. So I have been playing a lot of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with a lot of people all across the internet, but especially with them. Not really any other context. Like I said, I haven't actually raced on these courses myself, like for a video, or really like not in depth. So like I'm bad at them. These are the new courses for Booster Course Wave 3, the booster pack. I don't know, whatever those courses, those are here. They involve Mario Kart Tour for a lot of them, obviously, but you get some throwbacks just like the past couple courses as well, or past couple cups, I should say. So the one I am most looking forward to, by far, that still happens, by the way, sorry. The thing that happens in this booster course pack, there is a Christmas themed Mario Kart course, Merry Mountain, which is super cool. It's my favorite of the bunch by far. I also realized why that thing happens with the whole shutting off thing. That I realized why that happens. It's because there's a short circuit in my wall. So technically, every time that happens, the wall is short circuiting. You might say, Brian, is that a fire hazard? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe I'm going to get a lot of money from insurance. Maybe they're going to use this video as a liable proof that I knew there was a problem, that I should have resolved it sooner. Maybe I should fix the problem. Maybe I should go take a nap. Any of these options sound pretty snazzy right about now. There's some people who are having a little bit of issue with this course in particular, in terms of how you're navigating it there. This is London Loop, by the way, in case you haven't been able to figure it out. You're seeing the London Eye on the right-hand side right about now. Following all across the river, we're about to go over the London Bridge, as it were. There's chain chomps everywhere. Obviously, that's not for London. Like, that's the Mario Kart portion of the whole thing. But, you know, they don't have chain chomps roaming around over by London Bridge and Big Ben and all that. So, yeah. That's essentially what this map is. It's for Mario Kart Tour, obviously. And it's a little confusing because there's like 3 different routes that you take with this course. And so they kind of intersect and they loop all around and intertwine, kind of like all the other Mario Kart 8 Deluxe versions of the Mario Kart Tour tracks do. So that happens pretty frequently. But clearly I navigated quite nicely here. So what I want to do is I want to tackle 150cc and the 200cc in this one here video. I'm not going to do the mirror mode. I actually did the mirror mode of the previous cups as a warm-up to this. I actually just held a tournament where I had a bunch of people who watch what I do involved in a tournament. I do that actually in front of a live, not studio audience, but, you know, a live audience. And so you can join in if you want to. I hold Mario Kart tournaments kind of twice a month, sort of. Don't really do for glory. I'm sorry, I don't do for prizes or anything like that. It's mostly just for glory, just for the sake of having conversation and going about life however it's going to be. This is Boo Lake, which this is actually a really nice course. I like the way that this was rendered. And what I've noticed is that all the courses seem to be well done. They don't look like poo-poo. None of the courses so far have looked like poo-poo, right? There's been some courses that I feel like have been, you know, not as eventful. Oh, I messed that one up big time, but I tried to avoid that. That's why. And I almost successfully did it by falling off the track right at the right time here, but I did not. Whoops. And Larry, of course, does that. Cool. But now I'm going to do that. There you go. Bye, Larry. See ya. So, yeah. I've been playing a little bit here and there. other than playing with people online, that's about all I've been doing, you know. I've actually not been in the, not around to do as many videos. I've just kind of been focusing on other things, I guess, with, obviously the book is still a thing, and making sure people are getting that in time for the holiday season. Your copy of Pro Gamer's Guide to Healthy Habits. Make sure those habits stay healthy going into 2023, I feel, right? So, that's what's over there. And that's been a lot of my holiday season. And then actually taking the time to go have these family events and whatnot, man. I went to see Christmas Carol at North Shore Music Theater on Saturday, which was interesting, I guess. Last time I was at a play was 5 years ago. I went to an original production of a play that was created by a showrunner that I, knew as, I guess, a tangential friend, whatever you want to call it. But I ended up going to that. It was like an official stage production of this idea that he did, whatever. So I hadn't been to a play in a long time. So in lieu of doing a friendly get-together, holiday get-together, decided to do that, where we all go out to see A Christmas Carol. Obviously, the classic story by Charles Dickens, of course. I just got snippety-doo-dah out of the air here. This is from Mario Kart 7, I believe. Yeah. I remember the whole gliding section here. Very vibrant, very colorful. So I like this map a lot. All the maps I really like. There's not a map that I don't like, I think. I think all the course selection in this DLC pack in general is pretty good. This Booster Course 3. But yeah, decided to go to that. It was very expensive. It was a $100 ticket to go see Charles Dickens' Christmas Story. So that's kind of par for the course for stuff like that, You're going to see people acting on stage anywhere from $70 to $100, depending on, I don't know, when you book the ticket, I guess. But it was a pretty good show. There's always different interpretations people have of all these classic characters. You got Little Tim. Is it Little Tim? It's not Big Tim. That's Tiny Tim. I forgot his name. I'm used to seeing Christmas Carol as the Muppets, not real people, so forgive me for that. I'm used to seeing Bob Cratchit as Kermit, but whatever. So everybody has their own interpretations of these characters, and obviously Charles Dickens' writing is incredibly old. So they try to update it a little bit, make it a bit more, I guess, entertaining for a new generation, however they want to go about it. I thought it was a little childish in a weird way sometimes. I don't know if it's because there were kids in the audience, they want to cater to kids more, but it's a super expensive show, so why would you do that? But there were a lot of moments where Ebenezer Scrooge would say the word poo, like P-O-O, as part of the, whatever he was doing. This is the second time this has happened, man. Come on, seriously? But he would just say, like, poo, like saying, like, poopy. And it's like, this guy is supposed to be the biggest curmudgeon that exists in all of London, I believe is where it takes place. And he's saying poo. Like, I get to try to update it a little bit, but yeah, it was very weird, like, using that language. But also, they had a gentleman who was flying in as a ghost on a wire, right? They had Marley fly in. If you don't know the story, I'll briefly. Ebenezer Scrooge is a Scrooge, meaning he's a curmudgeon, somebody he's bah humbug all about Christmas. He gets visited by technically 4 ghosts that remind him, hey, stop being a jerk and treat people with respect. Maple Treeway, obviously a classic up in here, man. So the 4 ghosts, they remind him to have some Christmas spirit. The first one is Marley, the guy that used to run the accounting firm that he now is in charge of, and the home that he's now in. Then there's a ghost of Christmas, past, present, and future, and they all represent different things. And the moral of the story is that you need to be taking in all the moments of life and spread more joy throughout your life. And if you don't work toward having a better legacy for yourself and leading a better life for the people around you, then you will not be fondly remembered and only appreciated for the material things you left when you passed away. And so Scrooge is supposed to be the person who's like a curmudgeon, like very You know, a lot of the bah humbug, you know, the negative Nancy, that comes from this story. So he's supposed to be very down on himself, down on everybody. Who cares about Christmas? Christmas never did anything for me. It's a waste of money. Take all the poor people and put them in prisons and like all that stuff, right? Like, a lot of that. So he's not supposed to be like a jovial kind of a Scrooge, but this Scrooge in this play was mostly jovial. I think like literally the entire time. There's only some moments where, you know, he really had the bah humbug in him. But even when he had the bah humbug, it was very animated in a jovial way. So it didn't come off quite as bah humbug as you would have thought. I would have loved that mushroom right there, but I guess it wasn't in the stars or the cards. Cool. So that was the interpretation there. Marley, being one of the ghosts, they had him on a wire fly in from like the upper portions there, and it was cool, but it was like a lime green ghost with purple accents. So it looked like a ghost from like Salem, Massachusetts would dress up as a ghost, like a you know, cheesy kind of a ghostly vibe. It was a little off, where ghosts should be more, I guess, monochromatic and very ominous and spooky. So it was a lot more lively than I was expecting it would be. And this is somebody, me, who really loves the Muppet Christmas Carol and how fun that is. It's a cool telling of the story where they adapt it to the Muppets' humor and make it approachable for families. It's really, really cool. But I thought this was a little bit too much. So, you know, it was good. It was worth going to the show and whatnot. But, you know, $100 to go see a play, man. It's very interesting how all these plays make money, and, you know, it's a art form that unfortunately I know a lot about, because a lot of my friends have done it in the past, and I've been to a lot of the local shows and stuff, and they have told me a lot of the behind the scenes. They've been like, oh, this person causes drama, this person is out for only themselves, and blah blah, all this tomfoolery and nonsense. And basically theater, from what I've been told and seen firsthand, attracts a certain type of person, the very type of person who's like self-involved. You know, there we go. Of course I get 3 stars. Why wouldn't I? So I'm going to do 200cc, keep my train of thought going here. So don't go anywhere. It's a certain type of person that is very about themselves. Very, I guess that's just the only way to describe it, honestly. People that would willingly take an opportunity from you, or be like, hey, I'm going to, you know, tattle on you to this teacher, or get you thrown off the team or whatever. Like a lot of that stuff. So it's very cutthroat, very dramatic, which makes sense because it's drama essentially, but not for me. Not for me. I will go and see these things occasionally when I can, but not make that much of an effort to go see them more frequently than I want to. So anyways, 200cc here. Clearly I went the wrong way, but that's okay. Again, I'm not as familiar with how these maps go, so I'm going to be winging it mostly here. I did have a little bit of experience with 200cc before doing this in the tournament. Actually, we don't do 200cc in the tournament because it's a little too fast. One of these days I will, but not anytime soon. I actually did 200cc on one of the courses before. I don't know, whatever. It ended up working out anyway, so it's all good. So that's what I did for A Christmas Carol. Also ended up, you know, picking my grandparents up from the Florida, so I got to see them. It was a good weekend in general, but I've been trying to like enjoy my holiday, man. Normally I'm very like, you know, gotta ship out the books and worry about this and that and whatever, and like, you know, that's all well and good. But for this year, I feel like I've done a lot of preparation, a lot of things. I'm gonna actually try to enjoy myself as best as I possibly can, you know? And that's all I advocate for everybody. So take that time to go to a holiday party, a gathering of some kind. Prioritize the people that you have in your life, man, because we've had a couple years of that not being practical, and now it finally is practical. So go and do all the things, man. That's all I can advocate for you and yours. So I hope it's a fantastic holiday season for you. Going into New Year's soon enough as well. That's very spicy. Lots of interesting things to look forward to for the new year. So if you're a fan of me in what I do, what I bring to the table. I assure you there will be no shortage of hotness to be brought forth. You know, it'll be good stuff. Let me see if I can squeeze this win out here. Hopefully I can. Ooh, did I get Peach? I don't know if I did actually, but it's not going to matter. Nice. There we go. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. There we go. So, yes, that's what I have on the dock for 2023. No New Year's Eve plans, man. I got nothing going on. I got Christmas plans. I had the holiday party, but no New Year's plans, which I'm hoping that I don't spend New Year's alone. It'd be kind of sad. But, you know, hey, I've had more sad New Year's Eves. The New Year's Eve going into 2020, or 2021, I should say. I ended up just watching a movie with Charles, one of my best friends, which I've mentioned in plenty of videos and whatnot before. But we watched Princess Mononoke, which is a Miyazaki movie. It's an anime. It's an animated movie. And you might be like, Mr. O'Brien, you hate anime. What kind of reality are we living in here? But, you know, it is a artistic film. And it's very good. So it's one of those things like you kind of have to see and just appreciate what it is. So I did that, and it was very good. Watched a whole bunch of those films in one night, you know? It worked out pretty nicely. So for not being able to interact with anybody that year, that was pretty good. And this past year, I was so tired that I think I fell asleep, like, before New Year's. I was just tired. I was just so drained from existing. So I didn't even stay up. I think I passed out before then, you know, woke up 4 midnight, and then that was it. And then eventually went home and called it a life. So, yeah, it wasn't anything remarkable there. Pretty sure a lot of my friends, I don't know if we have anything, I don't think we have anything planned. I should probably shoot a text message and be like, hey man, meow meow man, what are we up to? What are we doing? Because otherwise I'm going to sit here and reflect on my my poor or great life choices, you know, which is all, you know, that works out sometimes, right? It's great. You sit there, you take in all the things you did for the year, be thankful for it, right? My year was pretty spicy. I had a lot of travel and whatnot going on. I went to way too many conventions, man. I went to Amsterdam, San Diego, Chicago, Orlando, Boston, Rhode Island. I mean, those don't really count. That's local, right? But long story short, I went to a lot of places, and I'm very grateful for all the opportunities that I've had. Rochester, Minnesota, that was a spicy one for a charity event, Mayo Clinic. That's cool. Lots of those things. No, ooh, I really tried the heat on that one. Nice. So there was a lot of that. There's a lot of videos, a lot of live events, lots of dealing with the book, of course, lest we forget about Pro Gamer's Guide, of course. I mention it 1,000 different times over the course of this live recording here. Well, not live recording, but recording in general, you know. That was a big thing for this year, man. On top of all the incredible things that I've done throughout the year, that was definitely one of the best. Ooh, I just wiped out in the most ludicrous way ever. Wow. Go. Yes. I don't actually know if that messes me up for the 3-star by me falling off the course. I thought that was a thing. Also, real pro gamer tip here about Mario Kart, in case you were some way curious. They changed something with the booster course here. If you noticed it right there, you actually don't get swatted out of the air like a fly flying around some barbecue when you get struck by lightning now. Before, when you got struck by lightning in the air, you would fall to the ground, but now that doesn't happen. So now you just keep on flying. It works out pretty nicely. So that's cool. Obviously 200cc. Whoa, jeez. Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to fly down in that way. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So that was something cool. They also changed something for the online multiplayer. Probably should have mentioned this in the beginning, but whoops. They changed a aspect where you go into the race settings. You can change up. Now you can change up what items appear when you're doing your races. So when I just did this tournament tonight, I disabled all of the single shells, like the red shell I have right here. I disabled it. So you don't actually get them. You only get the 3 shells, red shell, green shell, or otherwise, right? Which is only the 2 shell variants anyways. I've actually never raced on this course in 200cc. This is kind of spicy. I've been playing this course, you know, for years on the Wii, but never in 200cc, so this is cool. Whoa, the half pipe. Oh, mama. That's a big one. That's a big one. So that's kind of cool. Doing these courses that I've known forever on a new speed is interesting. So yeah, those are the new things that they've added. After all this time, they changed some of the core settings of the game, which is really cool. So I definitely made use of those tonight. I disabled the coin, the single shell, green shell, the single versions of the green shell and red shell. Same thing for the banana. I disabled the single banana, so you only got triples if you were to get them at all. I disabled a couple different things, but that was most of what I got. Oh, that worked out perfectly. Just kidding. Never mind. Wait. Actually, hold up. Oh, that worked out swimmingly. Yes. Here we go. Right over here. Beautiful. Yeah, nice. Swooping right back into first place away from Larry. Sorry, I did the behind the camera trick there. I know that gets a little jarring when you're watching the video there, but regardless. Still gonna cover the other cup. I'm excited to do that. Excited to keep up. Actually, this tree that's back here, it's the same community Christmas tree I've had for a couple years now. Everybody sends in perler bead ornaments, and that is no different this year. Oh, mama, there we go. What is different is that I'm about to get blasted with a blue shell once again. Nice, you gotta love this energy. That's actually where Larry took that last time. But I still zoom into first place because I'm the best in the business. Never forget it, baby. This year I actually asked people to send in Christmas cards as well. So instead of just having perler bead ornaments, I said, hey, you know, send in some Christmas cards because those are a lot easier to make by comparison of the perler beads. So a lot of people did that, and I have them all lined up back here. So I'm very grateful for that. As we go into the holidays, man, Merry Mountain is not in this cup, obviously. It's in the next cup. But if it were to release at any time, it'd obviously be this time here. So that's cool. This has been good. My voice is a little fried, so I might, you know, give a little bit of a rest here after I did that whole tournament too. 3 stars. Pay your bottom dollar. I'll see you for the next cup. Bye.